police! Hello, fly! Hi, Hank! Hi, Mary! I sure am glad to see you.
We're so glad to get here.
No further, senor. What's the idea? This party is closed. I'm sorry, senor.
But, Captain, there must be some mistake. My brother's on his way to Brazos County. Got a grant waiting for him there. There's the paper.
I cannot help these, senor. I have my orders not to let no one pass.
Well, now. Who says so? Why, no one ever kept any settlers from coming to Texas. Whose orders are you working under?
El Presidente, General Santa Anna. It is by his orders. And no more settlers shall enter Texas from the United States from this day on.
Well, if that ain't...
Now, look at here, partner. We ain't got no place to go back to. So much place in Tennessee, the house, the farm, the whole shebang, to come to Texas.
And a lot of others done the same. What'll he do? It's a long pull back to Tennessee. And he ain't got nothing left there.
I was a good citizen back there, paid my taxes regular, voted for Andy Jackson, aimed to be a good citizen here, just give it a chance.
I am sorry, senor. But I have already told you no more Americans will be permitted to enter. I have the goodness to turn your wagon around and do not lose time.
I started for Texas fire, and that's where I'm going. Get up! Oh! Ready? Don't shoot! He'll stop!
That's easy.
Hank, Mary, you've got to go back. But don't leave Arkansas. I'll see what I can do.
We'll sure be waiting to hear from you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Get up! Goodbye.
Now, senor, you had better go too.
Now, see here, Captain. You mean to tell me that Texas is closed to settlers from now on?
From now on. Now have the goodness to go, please.
Oh, Luke.
Yes, my father.
See who's at the door, Luke.
Yes.
Hello, Austin. William H. Wharton. My goodness, what are you doing here in San Felipe? Sit down, man. Sit down.
Austin, something has got to be done.
Yes? About what?
There's nothing to smile about. I mean this border blockade. Like Texas isn't a colony anymore, it's a garrison. Soldiers everywhere.
Yes, I know, Wharton. What's happened this time?
What's happened? Why, they turned back one of my own settlers. Fellow named Hunter, Tennessee man. A fine government. They've broken every promise they ever made. Free immigration, no taxes. Bah!
Sit down, Wharton. Sit down.
Why, one can't move out of doors without feeling one of Santa Ana agents spying on you.
Yes, I know.
There's 30,000 Americans in Texas at this minute. How much longer do you expect them to put up with this tin pot dictator in Mexico City?
Now, if you don't do something, it means insurrection. And if that happens, God knows where it will end.
And I'm for it.
You're what?
I'm for independence. It's inevitable. We settled this country, fought the Indians, cleared forests. Now we're rich and Santa Ana knows it. Only too well. Texas' destiny is independence.
Now listen here, Warden. You sit down. Sit down and listen to me talk. When I opened up this country, Warden, I promised the Mexican government one thing. I promised them that our settlers would become Mexican citizens, loyal ones. You know as well as anybody in this country that my word is as good as my bond in Mexico.
They've always trusted and respected you.
Well, that's because I've never lied to them. But suppose our settlers revolt, then what does that do to me, Stephen Austin?
True. But you're only one man. What about these 30,000 others?
I'm thinking of them. You must remember that Santa Anna is a dictator, that he has an organized army of veterans, while we have our rifles and our anger. But they still have one great advantage.
Well?
Organization. Why, we're scattered over 500 miles of wild country. Now, why not take it easy? United, we're all powerful. Now, here's my plan. We'll call a meeting, a convention of all Texas. And we'll hold it right here in San Felipe just as soon as the rains are over.
Right. But I warn you, Austin, the time for half measures is past. We'll discuss, but we'll act.
Why not stay here tonight?
Thanks. I'll put up at the tavern.
Just as you say. Luke, Mr. Wharton's things, please.
I'll see you before I leave.
Yes, do. Good night.
Good night.
Master Austin, is there going to be a war? Is there going to be bloodshed?
No. No, Luke. No, it mustn't come to that.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dickinson, when will my breakfast be ready?
You've already had your breakfast. This is for me.
Indeed, Mrs. Dickinson, you'd eat the food right out from under your husband's nose, I see.
And I see I'll have to go butcher another pig.
None of your impertinence, girl.
The steady diet of pork is having its effect on you. I'll be feeding you out of a trough.
Pretty flip, I should say. I think I'll just have to give you a taste of following the plow. Let you raise a little corn, cotton. Then maybe you'll appreciate the fine husband you want.
And I'll set you to cooking and washing and spinning and making your own clothes.
Wait. Man's work is from sun to sun. A woman's work is never done in Texas. And I wouldn't have any other woman in the wide world but you, Ann. Do you know what day this is, Mrs. Dickinson?
Yes, I know.
Just 1 year ago today, I carried you in that door. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it? Happy, Ann?
Happy? Yes, I am happy.
You know, this year we're going to get even more for our cotton than we got last year, in spite of the taxes, doggone them. What do you say to a nice wedding trip at harvest time? New Orleans.
Oh, Al, New Orleans.
You'd like that, huh?
Oh, I'd love it. But, Al, will things be all right by that time?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, the men are telling me about the Mexicans, and they say we'll have to take Texas for our own. But all that would mean war.
Just a lot of talk. Nobody wants war anyway. Big mouths, nothing up here.
Well, you stay out of it, and stay out of politics.
Sure, I'm no politician. I'm a farmer.
Well, you used to be a soldier.
That was a long time ago. We haven't got time to fight in this country, Ann. We're building it. Shucks, in a couple of years, I'll build you the prettiest house you ever saw. 2 stories, tall columns out in front, just like back in the United States. You can't fight and build a house at the same time.
Oh, I know. It's all a lot of talk. Well, you better be off to town now. I need coffee beans and flour and sugar and salt. Now, I guess that's all. And don't you forget them.
I won't. What's for dinner tonight?
Pork.
What?
Hi. Letter for Al Merriam
seeing Dickinson.
Well, give it to me, friend. I'll be seeing Dickinson.
Where are you riding from, partner?
Van Fleet.
Wonder who Dickinson knows up that way. It's Stephen Austin, that's who it is. Say, ain't everyone that can get letters from Austin.
How's the feelings up that way? You know what I mean. Feelings bad. People can't get into the States no more. Relations and that sort of thing. There's a lot of talk, I'm telling you.
Well, there'll be more than talk. If that fella Santiana thinks he can sit down in Mexico City and tell us Americans what to do, there'll be a mind of shooting, I'm thinking.
Well, I'm on my way to Bear. So long, boys.
So long, partner.
Morning, boys.
Morning. Morning, Al. There's a letter just come for you, Al. Rafe's got it in the store.
Oh. Well, where's it from?
San Felipe. Do you think it might be from Austin?
I don't know.
So that's Dickinson. Yeah. Biggest landholder in Gonzales. Just a kid. He's got a mighty fetching wife, too. She's just a kid.
Get down.
I was outside.
Well, Leif, let's see now. I want a bag of salt, bag of sugar, coffee beans. I guess that's about all. Say, here you got a letter for me.
Yes, sir. Here she is.
Who's she from, Al?
Well, it's from Austin. Boys, I'm in politics.
Always said you'd come to some bad end.
It's a fact. You boys are going to have to get out and electioneer for me now.
What's Austin want you to do?
Wants me to be a delegate to a convention. All Texas, first one we've ever had. April, San Felipe.
Well, you're going, ain't you, Al?
Wouldn't miss it. Austin wants me special. Said so.
Well, if Stephen Austin wants you to go, it's up to us to send you, Al. We'll elect you.
Well, thank you, boys. Now I'm a politician. I guess I'll have to spend a little money. The drinks are on me.
Now you're going.
Come on around here, ladies. What
Well, gentlemen, we'll have...
Hello, Wharton. Did you have a hard trip down?
Yes, river's still pretty high. Heavy rains up north.
Are you all ready for the fight?
What fight?
Oh, come now. Everybody knows that you and Stephen Austin are due to fight it out at this convention.
Yes, and what this colony needs is a little fight in its blood.
Order! Gentlemen, a crisis faces us. For the past 2 years, we have seen the ruler of Mexico break and throw away the solemn promises made by his predecessors. General Santa Anna has levied taxes upon us. And we thought there would be no taxes. He has sent soldiers here to collect those taxes. And now, suddenly, without any reason whatsoever that we know of, our kinfolks and our friends have been barred from crossing this border.
The soldiers stopped my wife and kid.
Frank Hunter's brother and his wife had to go back to Tennessee.
Just a minute, gentlemen. There is a way to deal with this situation.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Watson.
what's the use of talking all day here? If you think this Santa Anna's going to pay attention to anything we say, you're paying at the moon. He knows just one thing, that here in Texas are 30,000 Americans who want his kind of hold. And that's just 30,000 too many to suit him. He's going to run us the way he runs Mexicans. And we can stand it. All we can...
Mr. Watson, I don't think...
All we can show we won't stand for it. We don't have to take his kind of government. Soldiers, spies, broken promises. Why, he has spies among us here at this very moment. I'll bet.
Mr. Watson, must I remind you that we meet here on Mexican soil?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Bowie.
I'm no speaker, but what I want to say is, I think William Wharton has the right idea. We can't be run from Mexico City. It's too far away. And if things ain't changed, there's bound to be some fighting. And we might as well get used to the idea. Yeah, Colonel Austin. Gentlemen, my name is Travis. I'm a lawyer. And even a lawyer can see when things reach a point that law won't do. Now, there's other ways than fighting. And I personally am willing to try some of those ways first. Colonel Austin, I call on you, the founder of Texas. What is your suggestion?
Thank you, Mr. Travis. Friends, Mr. Bowie has said that we must not be ruled from Mexico City. And he's right. We must be ruled from Texas.
Right here.
Then let us adopt a petition calling on the Mexican government to create this colony a sovereign state of the Republic of Mexico, and let us take that to General Santa Anna.
A petition? I'm for independence now. I'm for taking the bull by the horns, and if it means fight, why fight? Any Texan is a match for 10 Mexicans.
Men, I'm for statehood. But there's one thing I think we've overlooked. I understand Mr. Wharton is a bachelor. Well, I have a wife. And to defend her, I'll fight, and I'll fight quick. But I won't say yes to any revolution that will strike at her or any other Texan's wife or mother until we've tried everything else. I say, send Stephen Austin to Santa Anna with our demands. In Mexico City, he's trusted, respected. And if he can't succeed, no one can. But I say let him try. And if he fails...
Colonel Austin, I second that motion.
Gentlemen, the proposition is before this meeting. All those in favor? Aye! And those against the motion? Carried. Gentlemen, I leave for Mexico City to present your petition to General Santa Anna.
Castillo, why was not the plotting of this Major Rodriguez discovered sooner?
No one suspected, Excellency. He struck so swiftly.
Almost too swiftly. Of course. Your spies, they are not very efficient.
Will not happen again, Excellency.
Our soldiers came just in time. Did you capture Captains Morales and Constanza?
We did, Excellency.
Bring them to me.
Bring in the prisoners.
Well, gentlemen, you thought to overthrow me, eh? You know what happened to your fellow conspirator, Major Rodriguez? Your fate will be the same as his. Take them out. Ready? Aim. Fire! That is the fate of those who gamble and lose. That, gentlemen, is life. Enter.
My agents have returned from Texas.
From Texas?
They report the American colonists in great state of discontent.
Is it by chance they find my tax levies and customs galling?
They hate them.
Indeed, no doubt they resent the closing of their borders.
At their settlement of San Felipe in April, they called the convention for the express purpose of discussing your actions and decrees.
They should never have been allowed in Texas.
Excellency, even now a messenger is riding toward Mexico City with the demands of this convention.
Ah, and who is this messenger to send?
His name is Stephen Austin.
Austin? Ah, it was he who first planted this troublesome brood of Americans north of the Rio Grande. Well, let him come. Let him come.
Yes? Thank you.
General Sandana.
Senor Austin, welcome. Come and be seated.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I understand you have been in Mexico City for some time. Now, tell me, what brings you here?
Well, I have the honor, sir, of being the authorized representative of your colonists in Texas.
Ah, yes. And what is the reason that my colonists in Texas sent an authorized representative to see me?
This, Your Excellency. The sincere petition of 30,000 Mexican citizens. As you will read in it, we in Texas feel that we merit a greater part in the government of our colony, considering the prosperity that our labors have brought to it. It is for this reason, sir, that we ask the Mexican government to make Texas a state, a sovereign part of the Republic of Mexico.
But, senor, that could never be.
Never, Your Excellency.
It
Why?
is not a part of my policy to grant statehood to Texas.
And may I ask why not?
Because Texas is too close to the United States. And I do not trust the Americans who live there.
But, sir, Texas is loyal and will remain loyal as long as you grant her people a voice in their own rule.
Suppose, senor, I do not grant it. What then?
May I remind Your Excellency that the cry of the New England colonists during the American Revolution was no taxation without representation?
You draw disturbing parallels, senor. Those colonists revolted.
Yes. And founded a great nation.
So, it is revolution you threaten me with.
I do not threaten, Your Excellency. I simply show you and tell you how you can depend on the loyalty of Texas.
I said I did not trust Texas. Need I add that I do not trust you, Senor Austin?
But, Your Excellency, I cannot...
Was it not you yourself who summoned those Americans to meet at San Felipe, where they shouted treason and revolt in broad daylight? Will you deny that, Senor Austin?
We met as free-born men, Your Excellency, to exercise the freedom of speech and of assemblage. We committed no treason.
You did not ask my permission to meet. Must I teach you, Senor, that there is no right in Mexico save those granted by Santa Anna?
Your Excellency, will you listen to me?
You're like all these Americans. Wherever they are, they must rule. Well, you will not rule here. You wish to steal Texas and make it a part of the United States.
That's not true. My only wish has been to live as a loyal citizen of Mexico.
So, do not try to deceive me. I know your plot. My soldiers will stay in Texas. And you, Senor Austin, you will stay here. Arrest him.
General Santa Anna, you have made your first mistake.
Down under the trees at the far end of the field. Let's go. Come on, boys. Come on.
Well, Mr. Dickinson, don't you let that rattling match make you late for your dinner.
And Mrs. Dickinson, have you ever known me to let anything interfere with my meals?
No.
Anybody else want to take me on?
Yeah. I'll take you on.
Give me the jug, Joe.
You ready? Ready.
I'm pushing the corner now.
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, go.
yourself, Sid. Good boy is a mule, you know.
Well, everything's all ready. Now, where are those men?
Come on, boys.
Of Austin yet?
No, not anything yet.
Been nigh on to a year since the convention.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I wonder and suppose it's happened. They tell me that a bunch of our boys staged a raid up at Fort Anahuac last month and drove all the port officers out. Now, Al, that sort of thing might spread.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I feel like we're sitting on the edge of a powder keg, and it might explode any minute.
I wonder what happened to Steve and Austin.
I wish I knew. Well, we can't let the party die. Oh, Ann, why don't you give the folks a treat and sing that song you sing for me at home all the time? Sure, they'd like it.
Not tonight, darling.
Oh, but Ann, they want you to.
Please, dear, don't you understand?
Why, what happened? How'd you come to think? Is everything all right?
It's a girl,
Gosh, a girl.
and she looks just like Anne.
Oh. Gosh, Ann. Lordy, you look so white.
Oh, look at the baby. Don't look at me, silly. Her name's Angelina.
Angelina.
She's the first generation of native-born Texans.
We'll have to make this a great country for her. For her children after her.
We will.
You all just listen to me for a little, Pete. The only thing that matters is where's Stephen Austin. He's done for in Mexico.
Santa Ana got it. He's been shot, that's one.
Right you are. And who's behind him? Not the Mexican people, but Santa Ana.
Oh, it's been busted. Still not a word from Stephen Austin.
Just a moment, boys. Austin may be dead. But are we?
No!
And it's the time, the moment, the year. Now's the day. Now's the hour. Let's be ready to fight.
It is God. They are in fighting spirit, Excellency. And daily we expect General Castellan's return from Zacatecas.
Victorious.
Victorious, with 1,500 veteran troops. And then, Excellency...
And then, my good General, you move northward. And I shall follow you soon toward Texas.
Before spring, Excellency, all Mexico will be truly your empire.
My good friend. There is in the national prison that American. I forget his name. It has been long.
You mean the Texan, Austin, Excellency?
Austin, yes. Go on, release him. He can do nothing now, only carry back to his rebels news of my power. Perhaps they will hear and grow wise. Give him a horse. Let him go.
Yes, Excellency.
Hey, that sailors! Everybody wake up! Hey, Lace! Wake up, Lace! What's the matter?
What's up?
Mexicans, and they're marching this way.
Marching this way? What for?
You got a cannon and they want it. You better call out your militia. I'm riding to warn the people along the Brazos. You hold them here and we'll have help within 6 days.
Hold them? Will you send them running back faster than they come?
They never heard of that cannon. They're figuring on surprising you sometime tomorrow. Adios and good luck.
Adios! Adios! Dickerson!
All right, I'm coming.
Dickerson!
Who is it?
It's me! Hey, open up! Dickerson, get your gun and ride for town. There's a Mexican troop a few miles away. We think they're after that cannon.
Right on ahead. I'll be there by daybreak.
Al, what is it?
The Mexicans, honey.
You've got to go.
Sure, it'll only be a skirmish. Don't you worry.
But Al, it'll be war. You know it'll mean
Sure,
war.
all Texas knows it'll be war. It had to come. We couldn't go on this way.
You won't take too many chances, will you?
Not a blessed one.
Al, we haven't had our trip to New Orleans yet.
We'll get to New Orleans. Just you wait and see.
Turn your cannon around. Box those wheels. Now give us some of that iron you brought from the blacksmith shop. Taste of this stuff and they'll wish they were back in Mexico. There you go. Now the rest of you boys get up there and take in both sides of this road. When they come abreast of you, let them have it. You ready? Yeah. Alto. Poner en tierra. Apunten. Let them have it. Fire. Any prisoners? No, we couldn't run fast enough to catch them. What do you know about that? Miss Austin! Austin, he's back!
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Well, are we all here? Wharton?
Aye.
Travis? Present. And Jim Bowie. Well, friends, this is probably the last meeting we'll have for some time. Wharton and I are leaving tomorrow morning for the United States. We must have outside help if we are to defend ourselves.
And we'll get it.
Travis, I leave you in command here. Bowie stays with you. Remember, gentlemen, that at all costs, and no matter what happens, there must be held.
We've held it for 3 months, and nothing's happened since we changed course back across the Rio Grande.
But I know Santa Anna. He'll be back, and with an army. And until Sam Houston organizes an army and marches here, this is our last outpost, and it must be held at all costs.
Colonel Austin, there will be held.
Now, our provisional government is organizing. Reinforcements and supplies will be sent to you just as quickly as possible. Don't forget this, that this garrison here is the one garrison that blocks the road to Santa Anna's progress to our settlements. And gentlemen, he's coming. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Colonel. Another man, then. We've got to have that ammunition.
Yes, sir. There he is now, boys. I'll tell him if you all are feared to. Morning, boys. Morning. Colonel Travis. Yes, what is it? Me and the boys been thinking things over. We've been in Bear nigh on the 3 months, and nothing's happened. Fact is, we figure nothing's going to happen. Do we, boys? No. So we're leaving. We got farms and families, and they need us.
You know how many men I've got to defend this town?
Oh, it don't need defending. Anyhow, you haven't got any authority to keep it.
That's right. I can't hold you here. But a few more men like you desert on me, and there won't be any families left in Texas for anybody to worry about. Now go on. Get out!
Oh, this war's over. We're going home. If you fellas knew anything, you'd come too.
I wish I could be as sure about everything as they seem to be.
I'm sure. I'm sure this lull won't last much longer. Dickinson? Something due. I can feel it in the air. And men deserting on me like this, I haven't any authority to keep them here. Good Lord, man. Do you know how many men I have left now to defend Bear? Less than 150. And so little powder and shot left, why, one good fight and we'd use all we have.
Well, aren't we getting any supplies from the provisional government?
Provisional government. You mean provisional do-nothing. They already tell me that they're squabbling over who's to be president of Texas.
Do you care if I make a suggestion, Colonel Travis?
No, go ahead.
Of course, we're short of shot, men, powder. All right. It's my notion we moved into the Alamo. You know that deserted old mission just outside of town? We could hold that against all Mexico. Hasn't got a roof, but the walls are thick. It's got water.
Dickinson? You're right. Hello? What's this? Boys, Santa Anna has just crossed the Rio Grande with an army, and he's headed toward Bear. Now, the war isn't over yet. It's just begun, and we're Texas's only army. Are we going to fight? Yeah! Now, we have little time to get ready. You ride north. Tell them we need food, ammunition, and reinforcements. Jim Boyd. Here, sir. Now, there's little corn left in Bear. What there is, I want you to round it up and take it over to the Alamo. Boys, we're going to fortify the Alamo mission. James Bonham. Yes, sir. I want you to throw a barricade around the main gate. Take as many men as you want. Yes. Dick.
Yes, sir.
I want you to get the cannon and what ammunition we have and get it in the Alamo by tomorrow night.
I'll need a gun crew.
You'll have them. Bell, Jim.
Yeah.
Dang little corn we've been able to get.
Know where we can find any more?
No. But I was just thinking, we won't be having no banquets.
You won't be having any stomach aches either. This ain't no barbecue, you know. It's a fort.
Sure. But do you think it'll last us?
It'll have to.
Put this back up in there.
Heave on it, Jeff.
Get that garlic cake, Hank. Chop your wheel there.
How about it, Bob?
Still hold.
Good. Well, let 'em come now. You ready, Dickinson?
We're ready. Any sign of anything yet, Colonel?
Not yet. We expect our scouts back any moment now.
Colonel Travis!
Yes? Strangers coming toward the gate. Three men coming up the trail.
Can you see who they are?
Well, they look like Americans. Open the gate.
Open the gate.
You looking for someone, stranger?
I'm looking for Colonel William B. Travis in the Texan Army.
Well, this is what's left of it. I'm Travis. Who might you be?
My name's Davy Crockett. These are my friends. Maybe you heard of me and maybe not. Anyway, you got any fighting to do?
You Davy Crockett from Tennessee?
That's me.
Well, who hasn't heard of you? But this isn't Tennessee, Davy. What in the creation brings you down here? But welcome.
Well, this is the nearest fight I could find. You see, Travis, it's a long story, but the meat of it's this. The numbskull voters in Tennessee wouldn't send me back to Congress for another term. And I figured your little war here was the next best thing to Congress.
Well, if it's fighting you're looking for, you may get an overdose with us.
An overdose? Why, let's see, it's Mexicans you're fighting, ain't it?
That's right.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. One fight's just like another to me and old Betsy here. I reckon I'll stay and help.
You're sure welcome, Davy.
Bring my horse in, boys.
Come on inside. I want to talk to you. Tell me about this going on.
Lieutenant Dickinson. What's up? What is it, Dickinson? It's the advance guard of the Mexican Army.
Company's come. Watch old Betsy say hello.
Fools! Forward with a cannon!
And completely surround the Alamo.
Let me send them an answer from our cannon. Just one.
Just one, but make it good, Dickinson.
All right, they wanted this cannon. Now let them have it. Fire!
Order the troops that'll bring to those infernal marks.
Daddy's hat. Where did you get Daddy's hat? From Daddy. My Daddy. You miss your Daddy? Yes. I miss my Daddy now, right now. I miss Daddy, too. I tell you what, we'll go see Daddy. We'll go to Daddy today. Would you like that? Yes?
Been looking all over, Bill.
Yes, sir.
You think you can cut through those lines?
Try, sir.
Good. Be ready to ride in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
This is our last field parade, Bonham. Ride like you never rode before. A great deal depends on you tonight. God be with you. Dickerson? Dickerson? How are we for powder and shot after today?
One more good attack will use it all.
Pray God that he gets through.
Lieutenant Dickinson's wife, open that gate.
How did you get here?
I had to come. There was no news, nothing. You might have been dead.
Ann, this is no place for a woman. Any day now, any minute. You can't stay here.
What is this? What is this?
She ran the gauntlet, sir.
Colonel Travis,
Yes, ma'am?
I'm a Texas woman. I couldn't sit at home. I'll nurse the men. I'll do anything. But I won't leave.
Well, this certainly beats me. A woman always does get her way, Dickinson. You'll find that out.
This musty old place. No wonder you're coughing.
Oh, it's my old trouble. It's a fine time for it to strike me. Hello, Billy.
Howdy, Jim. Good morning, Miss Dickinson.
Good morning.
Well, how's the patient this morning?
Kind of stove up, Billy.
I want some of the boys to carry out in the yard. You feel well enough?
Yes.
All right, I'll get them. Yes, Bonham?
Captain Martin just cut his way through the lines behind me, sir.
Good. How many minutes you got with him?
Just 30.
Just 30? How about the government? Any news from them? Are they sending any more help?
They sent their last 500 men to invade Mexico.
You mean they sent them to...
They'd only listen to Sam Houston.
Yes. If they only had to listen to him. All right, Ben. Gather around. I want to talk to you. What is it, General? News has just come. There'll be no more reinforcements. Now, you all know what that means. Personally, I'll never retreat an inch. None of you men need feel obliged to stay unless you want to. Now, if any of you want to leave, this is your last chance. Those that will stay, cross this line to me. Blast you! Carry me over that line. Glad to have you with us. Soldiers, the die is cast.
So, gentlemen, do you agree? Each hour we delay now, Excellency, gives Houston more time in the north.
And we all agree, Excellency. Reinforcements may reach them, who knows? Attack, and at once.
The fight to a finish, it will be costly. You know how these Americans fight.
What of it? We have 5,000 men to their 200 at the most.
Wherein, my dear General, lies our chance of victory.
Tomorrow at dawn, gentlemen, we will attack. There will be no quarter given. I mean to have the life of every Texan dog in that fort. And when I'm finished, not one will be left to whine of his defeat. Know your position?
Yes.
When the way sound, charge. And remember, no quarter. Good night.
Good night, Excellency.
So, we must butcher our prisoners.
His Excellency's orders. You heard them, General.
Mm-hmm. Music. Strange.
Well?
We cannot be in our own line. That music is in the Alamo.
Yes.
Very, very strange. They make music the last night of their lives. Can it be they don't know their doom, all of them?
These Americanos. Besides, they will not know until dawn that it was their last night. Good night, General. To our success tomorrow.
There's a yellow rose in Texas that I am going to see. No other darky, not her, no darky, only me. She cried so when I left her, it's like a broken heart. And if someday I meet her, we never more shall part. She's the sweetest.
Strange you're being in a place like this with me. I shouldn't be glad you came, but I am.
I'm where I belong, with you.
And I haven't told you this. Nearly all our powder and shots used up. One more attack will finish it. When it's gone, they'll come swarming in here, murdering and killing and... Well, it's you I'm thinking about. You and her.
I made my choice, for all of us. We're together. And darling, whatever happens to us, Texas will go on. A Texas so great, so wonderful in the years to come, that you and I can't even imagine. But without us, without the Alamo, that Texas could never be. Why, its life will be our lives.
This darky ever knew. Her eyes are bright and salmon. They sparkle like a dew. You may talk about your dearest May and sing a rosary, but the yellow rose of Texas needs the bells of Tennessee.
Crockett, how about a tune on that fiddle of yours?
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait a minute,
Give us a tune.
Wait a minute, Bennett. No more music, boys. You better get some sleep. You may need it tomorrow. You too, Davy.
Good night, Travis.
Good night, Jim.
Well, reckon you know best, Colonel. See you in the morning, Jim. Good night, boy. I guess we better be carting you off to bed, too.
Yeah.
Come on. Up you go.
Ready with your fine 10 cents? There's still enough fire left to blow us all to glory. Go ahead, Tom.
Whatever happens, don't leave this room. Promise.
You shouldn't have come.
I'm sorry.
Anne, I never did take you to New Orleans.
Kill that.
And be danged to you.
Excellency, a woman.
Senora, I regret to fail the stubbornness of your countrymen who forced me to do this. This shall be the fate of every rebel Texan who continues to fight my rule. As for you, Senora, you are worth more to me alive. You shall ride north ahead of me and tell the other rebels of the Alamo. Tell them what you saw this day.
General Houston, the man that murdered my husband, the man that slaughtered 183 heroic men, sent you a message by me. I won't give you that message. I'll give you another message. The message that those men whose bodies are burning in the fort they held bid me give to you. Remember the Alamo.